We are now in lecture 16 on Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, and here we will discuss two kinds of virtue in the soul, intellectual virtue of thinking and what is called ethical virtue of desiring. As we saw from the previous lecture, two parts of the soul have virtue with regard to them, the desiring part and the ethical. The virtue of the thinking part is called the intellectual virtue, and the virtue of the desiring part is called the ethical virtue. We're also going to discuss the separability of intelligence and character. Intelligence refers to virtue of the thinking part. Character refers to virtue of the desiring part. And we're going to discuss the principal problem of ethics, and that is the problem of weak character. Human virtue thus consists of two parts, virtue of desire and virtue of thinking. A person's character is determined by the kind and extent of virtue of their desire. A person can be of strong character or weak character. A person is of strong character if they desire to act according to knowledge, and if they prefer those things that knowledge advises. And a person of weak character is the person whose desires to act in ways other than those advised by knowledge. And this person prefers to do things other than those advised by knowledge or reason, right? As we saw from the last part, virtue in the soul is reason leading the soul. So a person of strong character is one who actually follows reason, and person of weak character is one who does not. A person's intelligence is determined by the kind and extent of learning and knowledge that they are capable of. A person can be of high intelligence or low intelligence. A person is of high intelligence if they can and do learn a lot about all sorts of things, but mainly about the sorts of things that are good to do in the sense that they promote the virtuous functioning of the soul. And a person is of low intelligence if they cannot and do not engage in much learning about all sorts of things, but mainly about the sorts of things that are good to do in the sense that they promote the virtuous functioning of the soul. One can live the kind, so character and intelligence are two very different things, right? One can live the kind of a life that facilitates learning and preferring to act according to knowledge about what facilitates the harmonious functioning of the soul, or one can live the kind of a life that makes it hard to know about and to prefer to do what is best for the harmony of the soul. The compulsory life of an addict comes to mind as an example of the latter, while the life of a disciplined and educated person with free or leisure time to engage in perfection of activities that require the harmony of the soul comes to mind as an example of the former. Also, of the greatest importance here is that character and intelligence need not go together. A person can be of high intelligence, but of weak character, of low intelligence, but of strong character, or both, or neither. Although Aristotle would say that a person of strong character is likely to become a person of high intelligence as well, provided there are no external environmental obstacles to the growth of their intelligence, such as environment offering few opportunities or resources for learning due to poverty, brainwashing, unsupport of others, etc. Aristotle thinks that the greatest problem for ethics, the project of living a good life, is weak character. This would mean that a person knows reasonably well what they should do to be happy, but prefers to do something else, or even the very opposite. Knowing what to do is not hard. Get educated, secure work that offers resources and stimulates growth of intelligence and character, make friends with people who offer the same stimulation and loyalty, etc. But the hard part is following through on that knowledge, since it may be a lot of effort and not easy to do, while easy distractions become more and more available and attractive as our technological civilization progresses in production and consumption.